Okay, so let's dive into this really powerful folktale. It's all about a struggling artist who makes this desperate choice. It's one of those classic stories about a magical gift that comes with a price, a really impossible price. You know, what happens when you get everything you ever wanted, but it ends up shattering your whole world? So, this is the whisper that kicks the whole story off. It's this chilling warning given to a potter who's at the end of his rope. It's about this forbidden place, Kali Ghati, the Black Valley. And the rumors? They're intense. They say you can find unimaginable riches there, but it comes with a catch. You're not coming back alive.
All right, so let's get into it. Our story starts with a potter named Bola, and this guy, his hands had this incredible, almost godlike talent for clay. But as he finds out the hard way, talent alone doesn't exactly pay the bills, does it?
I mean, just look at the contrast here. It's absolutely brutal. On one hand, you've got this immense natural skill, a true gift. But on the other, just crushing poverty. The cheap clay he has to use, it just cracks in the kiln, making all his beautiful work completely worthless. He's literally facing starvation, he's deep in debt, and his only friend in the world is his donkey Modi. This is the kind of desperation that makes a person do something really reckless. So with basically nothing left to lose, Bola decides to just go for it, risk it all. He completely ignores all those warnings and heads straight for the one place that could either save him or, kill him. That forbidden valley, Kali Ghati. He thinks he's looking for magical clay, but what he finds is something else entirely.
So he gets into the valley, and right away, everything goes dead silent. Super eerie. But the clay is perfect. It's like red butter. He just starts digging like a madman. And then he hears a voice. A voice like shattering glass right behind him. He whips around, and there, sitting in a tree, is this woman. She's hauntingly beautiful, but has this deep, profound sadness about her. And this is Zarina, the spirit of the valley. Zarina immediately sees two things in him: his incredible talent and his absolute desperation. She tells him she's been trapped in this lonely valley for centuries, so she makes him a deal, an incredible offer. She'll use her magic to make his pottery impossibly beautiful, making him richer and more famous than he could ever imagine. And what does she want in return? Simple. She just wants to leave the valley and live with him, in his home. But the whole deal, the entire thing, hangs on one single critical rule. Zarina will be his partner, but she'll be totally invisible and silent to everyone else. He can talk to her, work with her, no problem, but no one else can ever know she exists. The second he tells another living soul, poof, the deal is off, and she's gone forever. And well, when you're starving, what choice do you have? He agrees. And bam! Just like that, Bola's life is completely turned upside down, overnight. The pact works better than he could have dreamed. But as his fortune starts to explode, so do the problems. The very same magic that saved him from poverty starts to isolate him in a brand new way. I mean, the change is it's breathtakingly fast. One single vase, right? One vase with Zarina's magic in it, sells for more money than he's ever seen in his entire life. Pretty soon, his little shack is a solid house. Even his donkey, Modi, is eating grains and sweets. And in just 2 years, he's not just successful, he's a legend. He's making things that literally seem to defy the laws of physics. We know that kind of success, it doesn't go unnoticed. His neighbors just can't wrap their heads around it. How does the guy who was starving last month suddenly have merchants from the big city lining up at his door? So the whispers start. Some think he found buried treasure. Others, they suspect black magic. And it gets a whole lot worse when people start hearing him talking and laughing to what looks like empty air. To them, he's talking to nobody. His art is so impossible, it just fuels the fire and really lights up the jealousy of the village chief. Okay, so all of this, it's building to a breaking point. It's inevitable. The whispers start turning into straight-up accusations, and the village chief, Zafar Khan, his jealousy is morphing into this dangerous obsession. The secret that made Bola a rich man is now about to destroy him. So one night, there's no moon, it's pitch black, and Zafar Khan sneaks up to Bola's workshop. He finds a little crack in the wall and peers inside. And what he sees, it chills him right to the bone. Bola's just sitting there near the wheel, but his hands aren't even touching the clay. The clay is moving on its own. It's rising, twisting, shaping itself into this perfect vase, all guided by invisible hands. For Zafar Khan, that's it. That's all the proof he needs. The very next morning, Zafar Khan comes back, and he's not alone. He's leading an angry mob right to Bola's house. The village head gives him the ultimatum, right then and there. It's a horrible choice. Either he tells them the truth about his black magic, or he gets cast out of the village forever and has to watch them burn his house, the very thing he worked so hard for, right to the ground. At first, Bola denies it all. He's remembering his promise, his sacred vow to Zarina. But then, one of the men lights a torch and starts walking toward his house. And that's the moment. The sight of the fire, the sound of the angry crowd, the idea of losing everything all over again, it's just too much. The fear completely breaks him. He just collapses to his knees and screams out the whole truth for everyone to hear. And the second those words leave his mouth, everything changes. A freezing wind just rips through the crowd, blowing out the torch instantly. And then they all hear it. A voice. It's Zarina's voice, echoing everywhere. And it's not angry. It's just filled with this deep, heartbreaking sadness. Was this mud hut, she asks, more precious to you than me?
Of course, Bola is begging her not to go, but it's too late. The promise is broken, the pact is done. But in her very last moments, Zarina does something no one could have seen coming. She leaves Bola with what has to be the most bittersweet gift you can possibly imagine. So as she's fading away, she reaches out and just touches his hands, and he doesn't feel coldness. He feels this strange energy just flowing right into him, and then she's gone. But she kept her promise, didn't she? Right to the very end, she left her magic, all her centuries of skill, right there in his own hands. He wasn't just helping her anymore. He was the master now.
And this, right here, this is the final crushing irony of the whole story. Think about it. He got everything he ever wanted, right? Skill that no one can match, incredible wealth, a huge mansion, fame all across the country. But what did it cost him? He lost the one person, the one being who actually understood him, the one who pulled him out of poverty and, most importantly, cured his loneliness. So we flash forward years later. Bola is an old man. He's the richest, most famous craftsman in the entire country, and he is completely, utterly alone. They say on moonlit nights he leaves his big, empty mansion and goes all the way back to that forbidden valley, and he just sits there for hours, talking to himself, to the empty air, making these little clay toys and leaving them at the foot of an old tree for a ghost who isn't there anymore. He got the whole world, but when you look in his eyes, you see that exact same desolate loneliness he first saw in hers. So that leaves us with the big question, doesn't it? Bola started out with nothing but his skill and a donkey. He ended up with absolutely everything, except a friend. He traded companionship for fame, friendship for fortune. So I'll leave you with this. Was it worth it? Was the price just too high?